Namaste. Hi, I'm Jen Smith McLaughlin, and we're continuing with our Yoga Poses 101 series today. I'm going to be teaching you two poses today. The first one is staff pose or Dandasana, and the second pose is sitting forward fold or Paschimotanasana. I'll show you the full postures first, and then I'll show you modifications. So coming into a seated position with your legs stretched forward, I'm going to sit to the side so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stretch my legs straight forward from my hips with my feet close together, and I'm going to pull my sit bones back a little bit to try to get an anterior tilt in the pelvis, which allows me to sit up nice and straight. This is staff pose here, so I'm pulling my toes back, pressing my heels forward, activating the back of the legs, and stretching the spine up from the tailbone up through the crown of the head. Bringing my hands slightly behind my hips, either pressing the palms or the fingertips into the floor. I can lift up the hips a little bit for a deeper anterior tilt, and I can stretch my spine up from the tailbone to the crown of the head in this posture. So this is staff pose, very active posture here. Now I'm going to come into half or sitting forward fold, which is Paschimotanasana. So I'm going to inhale the arms up, exhale, and I'm going to hinge at the hips as I take my hands down to my thighs, my shins, or wrap my pointer finger around my big toes, depending on my flexibility. And I'm going to open my chest forward, hinging at the hip here. So notice in this posture how I'm not rounding, trying to get my nose down to my knees. I'm keeping my spine nice and long, and I'm lengthening through the spine, keeping the chest open and bending forward from the hips. So this creates a stretch through the back body, from the heels up through the sit bones and from the tailbone up through the spine, up my back, which is much, much deeper of a stretch than giving into that desire to bend forward and just come down this way, okay? So it's very important that you realize the dynamic of this posture when you come forward and down, that the bend is happening here, not in my back. And if I can get down far enough, my belly hits my thighs first, then my ribs, then my chest, which I can't do, by the way. Some people can, but I can't. So eventually you're going to come down in that order rather than the belly being pulled in and the nose coming down to your knees. Good. So take a few breaths here. On the inhale, you can slightly come out of the pose, and on the exhale, you can go deeper into the posture. It's a wonderful posture for the digestion also. Deep breath. It's a very healing posture. Good. And on the next inhale, walk the hands up the front of your legs, skipping your knees, and round up back into your staff pose. So for a modification, if you're really, really tight in your hamstrings and your back, grab a blanket and go ahead and sit up on your blanket. And you'll see right away how that relieves some of the pressure in the back of the body. If your knees are slightly bent here, that's fine. Don't worry. With practice and with consistency, you'll begin to lengthen your legs out completely. Pull the sit bones back, get that nice anterior tilt in the pelvis so that you can lengthen up through the spine, and just feel the difference in staff pose when you use a prop here. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinging forward. Even if you only come to here, that's fine. The point is to go within and feel the stretch in your body. Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about what you could do 20 years ago. Nobody cares. We're still going to love you. Take a few breaths. Good. And then on the inhale, round up from the base of the spine. And release. Good job. So there you go. Staff pose or Dandasana and sitting forward fold Paschimotanasana. Have a wonderful day and namaste.